Your name is John. As was previously mentioned, it is your birthday.
Let's watch a minute of Con Air.
Yeah, we're gonna watch a minute and a half of Con Air, actually. Are you suggesting someone put piss in my apple juice at the factory?
No, look, all I'm saying is don't you think Monster Howie Mandel has the power to do something as simple as you seal a bottle? Know what I'm saying, bro, yo, ma? So, bro, yo, ma fucking got my ass.
Me.
Came into my room and clubbed me over the back of the head with that.
You have a feeling it's going to be a long day.
You are running the client application. I am running the server, and so I am the host user. I've established a connection with you. This is sufficient for us to play the game. Spur.
All right, welcome back. Episode 2, baby. We are going to get started on Spurb. We've got getting into the meat of things a little bit. Let's just freaking go. Mouse over the interface buttons. AH. That's Andrew Hussey, by the way.
No, I think it should be mouse over the interface buttons.
Select, revise, deploy, Fernalia registry.
Oh, wait a minute.
Rest cache, explore Athenium, Alchemy excursus.
I know these. Hang on.
You know these ones. All right, for reference, because this was gonna have to come up eventually.
Yep.
I tried and kind of am still trying to run, like, we're both big D&D nerds. You might have noticed the silly little icons on the avatars I made are a dice and a dragon. This is very clear. I tried to run a very, like, Homestucky type like roleplay thing, like kind of a TTRPG, but like rules light, you know? And so this guy was a player, has still not read Homestuck, but might know some things through experience with that.
Yep. Yeah.
Like these buttons, because I went in great detail about the nitty-gritty mechanics.
Yes. Doesn't mean I understood any of it.
That's fair, and it's been a little while, so...
Yep. Yeah, it's been a couple months.
Anyways, TT, select magic chest. Click. Oh, there's the stack notice. Zoom out.
Uh-oh.
That's John's house.
Little too far out.
Drop chest.
Whoa, what are you doing? Sorry, I'm just getting a feel for the controls. Is my magic chest on the roof now? Yes.
Yes.
Aww. I will try to be more careful next time. I don't know why I've decided TT is evil.
I mean...
But the way that she was talking in the first bit, you're
like weirdly on track.
Perfect.
She's not evil, but this voice definitely fits.
All right, great. All right, perfect.
Get the card.
Yay!
You find your missing stack fetch modus and quickly reapply it to your Sylladex. You can now opt for either the stack or queue modus anytime. You toggle between your fetch modi with gleeful abandon.
Oh, joy.
Thank God.
Thank God.
We've gone from accessing one card to accessing two cards. Also, accidental blue Slimer glitch.
It's shiny. Don't worry about it.
It's shiny. It looks like your dad is leaving again for more baking supplies. You're relieved to have the house to yourself again, if only for a few minutes. You just hope he doesn't notice the magic chest on the roof, or all the shit you threw out the window, for that matter.
Like his fucking phone.
Yeah. Select stuff in yard and move it back into room.
Hey, do you think you could do me a favor? Can you grab all that stuff outside my broken window and bring it in for me? I'll give it a shot. Thank you. No luck. It appears to be out of range. I'm guessing it is too far away from you, the player. Yeah.
Select John. You cannot select a player. John abjures the meddlesome cursor.
I love that he screams. Ah!
He's tweaking out. Select Bunny. Put the bunny back in the box.
Put the bunny back in the box. There we go. Is that why the clip was relevant?
It will be increasingly relevant later.
Perfect.
Revise room. Boink.
Whoa.
Why not? Bonk. Open
Perfect.
Fernalia registry.
Oh, deploy the totem lathe. I know this one.
I know this.
How's the onion ring?
Deploy totem lathe. Click.
Examine
Boink.
the totem lathe.
Examine totem lathe. You don't know what the heck this thing does, but it looks neat.
That does look sick.
Pretty cool device.
Pretty cool.
Open grist
thing.
cache.
It seems expanding the dimensions of your room cost us some build grist, but deploying the lathe did not appear to incur any expense. It looks like certain objects are freebies, probably to help you set up the game. Wow. Okay, what do they do? I think it's up to you to find out. All I can do is drop stuff in your house and move it around, apparently. I don't want to move stuff around. It sounds like fun. I don't think you can as the client. You will need to install the server application. You should have received both in separate envelopes. I am running both on my computer right now. What? Did you get another envelope in the mail? Oh. Once you install the server and establish a connection, I'm sure you will be able to manipulate my environment in the same manner. Are you sure you didn't get a manner? A cadaver. Oh, man. I think I might know where it is. I think I might know where it is.
I think I might know where it is.
Oh. Now that your room is bigger, why don't you move to that far corner? It will extend the range of the cursor and I can reach the items. Which you threw out the window for some reason? Oh, good idea! What have you been doing in here all afternoon anyway? Ugh, I was fussing with my stupid Silodex, but I think I have it under control now. What modus do you use? I like to use trees. Ah, no, that sounds so awkward. It's not exceptionally practical, but I think they are elegant.
She's so real for that, honestly.
I don't know what trees do, but it sounds cool.
Well, we'll get to it.
Okay.
Standing corner. Yay, the stuff is
Yay!
back.
My things!
Deploy Cruxtruder.
Bonk!
Yeah, that
right
looks
here.
good.
There's a perfect alcove for it.
Deploy Alchemeter.
Why is the floor shaking? Are you dropping more stuff in my house? Yes, 2 more large gizmos. Ah, sweet! What is with all these big contraptions? If I had to guess, they appear to facilitate a sort of system involving punch card-based alchemy. Huh. To what end? I mean, what are we supposed to be doing in this game? That remains to be seen. Maybe you should go investigate.
Get PDA.
Ba-da-da-da-ba-ba.
Oh, we got serious business. Hang on. The following matters have been submitted in a frank and forthright manner for Pipeman 413's judicious appraisal. From Gray Slack 66, decided to return home for fresh tie. Soiled tie will be laundered immediately upon return. Well-pressed attire. Use ballpoint pen to roll up tip of cloth. Extract pen. Press rolled cloth against ceramic surface, e.g. restroom sink. In future, consider repositioning hat hook and or coffee pot. Photographic documentation. Oh wait, these are in backwards order.
Oh.
Hold on. Need counsel on removing coffee from necktie. Incident occurred 45 seconds ago. Beverage essences rapidly settling into fabric. PLEAAAASE on incident. Was posturing unevenly to reach for hat on wall hook. Tip of tie slipped in open mouth of pot. Duration of dunk, approximately 3 seconds. Photographic documentation of incident, and then, yeah, this is ball from.
And then here we are.
Yeah. You grab the PDA, switching back to stack modus so it is readily accessible. The interface is oddly sterile. No hilarious clown wallpapers or anything like that. Oops, you mean Harlequin wallpapers. The serious business application is open. It seems your dad uses it to keep tabs on various acquaintances. His fellow street performers, maybe? You guess the performing arts must be pretty serious business after all. Install Pester Chum. This should be useful. Now you can keep tabs on your chums while you wander around the house.
Yay!
Yay! Go out to balcony.
Hey, I'm out on the balcony now. I am messaging from my dad's PDA. The one you threw in the yard. No, I'm telling you, it jumped out of my Silodex like a frightened weasel. What were you doing with it in the first place? I'm not sensing a lot of regard for the personal property of others. Is this how your pent-up frustration with your father manifests itself? What? No! Those were all accidents! Please take your psychobabblery elsewhere, miss. Your bathroom is a mess. Did you do that too? Oh, man. See, this isn't cool, all this snooping nonsense. There's a cake in the toilet. Yes, there is. I'm tempted to clean it up for you. Okay, if that'll satisfy your weird god complex, then go ahead.
OCD complex.
Or COD. Oh, OCD complex.
OCD.
Oh, I can't read. I think it's funnier if it's your weird god complex.
Yeah.
All right, if that'll satisfy your weird OCD complex, then go ahead. My obsessive compulsive disorder complex. Can a disorder also be a complex? In your case, probably. Sounds complicated. Anyway, I'm gonna have a look at this enormous platformy thingy you put on the balcony.
John, examine Alchemeter in a cautious manner. Cautious.
It's cautious.
You have no
hop
idea
right on
what to
there.
do with this thing. You can't find any controls for it. Having exhausted all other possibilities, you just decide to stand on it. This isn't very cautious of you, actually. Look through telescope. It is a clear, sunny day. Nothing outside of the ordinary to report, at least not beyond the walls of your own home. Grab the soiled toilet.
The entire toilet?
Yep.
Whoops. Whoops what?
That's not good.
Uh-oh. What was that noise? Is this something I should go investigate? No, I have it under control. You can keep playing with your telescope.
Investigate.
Oh, a hammer.
Oh.
Oh, I think I can patch it up. Just give me a little space. Why don't you go have a look at the Cruxtruder? The what? The thing I put in your living room.
Hop down the hole. You jump down to the utility room. Get sledgehammer and card.
Yay.
Boink. You take the sledgehammer and the capsule lock card, combine the two, and quickly apply it to your stripe specibus. You think it's cool that things don't always have to be a federal fucking issue? Yeah. It's like another one of your chums is pestering you on your PDA. Answer chum.
Yay.
Oh, I get to talk.
Yay.
John, did you get my package?
Oh, hey. No, not yet.
Darn. Are you sure it was in a green box?
Oh, yes, but it is in my dad's car and he is still out at the store. He should be back soon.
Great. So what are you up to today?
I am up to my neck in this spurb stuff. TT's really making a royal mess of my house.
Well, what's Spurb?
Oh, it's this game. It's okay, I guess. I'm still kind of figuring it out.
Whoa, what was that?
What was what?
There was a really loud noise outside my house. It sounded like an explosion.
Whoa, really?
I will go outside and look.
Oh, man. All right, but be careful, okay?
I will. Smile.
Uh,
Might as well check out the Cruxtruder.
Oh, hell no. You put this thing in front of the door? There's a door there. Yeah. I didn't see it. I just thought it fit nicely into that groove. You mean you thought it was elegant? Okay, well, what do I do with this thing? Hello? What are you doing up there now? Oh, fuck.
Stop.
Dude,
Stop messing with things in the bathroom. Examine wheel on the Cruxtruder. When you turn the wheel, something seems to be pushing up from underneath the lid, but you aren't strong enough to make the lid come off. Put bathtub in driveway.
What?
On the tub's journey to the driveway, the connection is interrupted.
What the fuck?
Connection lost. Scold TT.
You can see me, right? Tell me what's wrong with this picture. Sorry, I keep losing the wireless signal. Must be the weather. I would look for a stronger signal in another part of the house, but I'd rather not risk an encounter with my mother. I battled through her cloud of gin and derision once already this evening. Yeah, I hear you. Yes, cake, gestures, unfaltering love and support. Quite a road to hoe there. Though I suppose I'm complicit for not informing social services about your situation. I know! What about going outside? Maybe you could catch a neighbor's signal. That presents the same problem. Also, it's raining, remember? And dark. It's dark already? Yes, the sun has already had its way with us here on the East Coast. Its lurid glare has moved on to younger time zones. Okay.
Hit Crux Trader with Sledgehammer.
Yep. Need some help.
Pick up Sledgehammer.
Demon Core!
The Demon Core!
Whoa! What is this thing? And what is that clock counting down to? I've been looking at the game FAQ walkthroughs to figure out some of this stuff. Hold while I read further. Okay. All of these walkthroughs are extremely short. None progress much further than this point. Weird. Well, I mean, it is a new game. True. Now that the lid is off, you will need to extrude some cruxite.
Turn wheel again. You extrude one cruxite dowel.
Yay!
Get cruxite.
I feel like we should be hurrying. That countdown is making me nervous. John? Oh, your PDA is trapped under the cruxite now, isn't it? Anyways, it looks like you are going to need this card, too.
Deploy pre-punched card.
Oh, shit, not the glass shard. No, wait, no, it's just deploying
fine.
it.
It's gonna be okay. Get card. A shard of glass is expelled from the deck and maims the Harlequin doll.
Harlequin! No!
Captchalogue fanciful Harlequins. You take 2 fanciful Harlequins. The additional useless freight pushes your PDA to the last card. You then switch to the Q modus so you can access the PDA. More glass shrapnel flies from the deck. Bro is not looking
killing
good.
My guy.
They got my goat.
This thing keeps following me around. I think it's trying to talk to me or something. That is probably the Colonel sprite. It apparently needs to be prototyped. Twice, actually. Whatever the hell that means. These walkthroughs are horrendously written. Okay. Well, you are the one with the cursor, so just do whatever you think is the right thing to do. Also, fix my bathroom.
Drop maimed Harlequin into Colonel Sprite.
Oh.
The Colonel Sprite has been prototyped with the Harlequin doll.
Seen this image.
I fuck with this. I fuck with this pretty hard, to be honest. Anyway. Now it's speaking in fleur-de-lis.
I still can't understand this thing's gobbledygook. That was only tier 1 prototyping. There is still another tier to the prototyping process, which, for all we know, merely advances this entity through increasingly esoteric states of linguistics. The clock is ticking. We don't have much time for this asinine tomfoolery. This unmitigated poppycock. Extravagant hogwash. Okay, stop. Stop typing whatever silly thing you're typing. I'm going upstairs to the big platform thingy. The alchemeter? What? Try to learn the lingo.
Use pre-punched card with the alchemeter. There is no slot for a card anywhere to be found on the alchemeter. The Colonel Sprite followed you upstairs. Explore
Hello, strange
Athenium.
bro.
Acquiring a Cruxite dowel seems to have populated the Athenium with one item, a perfectly generic object.
Ah,
It's sort of just a cube.
I love it.
Capture log telescope. You snatch the telescope from its tripod. Who knows, it might be useful, but more importantly, it pushes the Cruxite to the last card, making it available for tinkering. PDA is predictably jettisoned into the yard over the neighbor's fence.
No.
Put Cruxite on weird pattern on Alchemeter. You place the Cruxite dowel on the Alchemeter's small pedestal. Something is happening. You set the Alchemeter to cast 3 perfectly generic objects for some reason, expending a total of 6 units of build grist. These things look completely useless. What a waste! Out of the corner of your eye, you notice there's something in the sky. Switch modus and use telescope to inspect sky. You switch back to stack modus and get a closer look with your telescope. Whatever it is, the kernel sprite seems particularly agitated about it.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
So now
That's
I understand
good.
where this part of our game comes from. This is real.
You're no astronomer, but its trajectory looks suspiciously head-on with your current perspective. This is a troubling development. I5 kernel sprite. You figure you've left him hanging long enough. I'm nervous. Attempt to ingest a unit of build grist. It is tempting because they strongly resemble Rock and Blue Raspberry Gushers. However, units of build grist are a gaming abstraction and do not seem to exist on the physical plane. There is apparently no crisis so imminent that it will deter you from contemplating idiotic and frivolous actions.
That's my guy Zoo Lord Poopsmill.
Yep.
Your dad is getting home. John, what did you do with your PDA this time? I'm working on the bathroom, but we are running low on build grist.
Revise bathroom.
Da-da-da-dum, ba-dum,
Fixed.
ba-da. That's just a...
No
this is the
problems.
landlord solution.
Yeah. What?
Huh?
Run to your room and contact TT through Pester Chum. 2 chums have been trying to message you. Answer
Oh
chums.
no! I'm working on the bathroom, but we are running low on build grist. Ah, man, who cares about the bathroom? Now there's a meteor heading for my house! I see. Do you suppose it has anything to do with the game? I don't know! Maybe, what do I do? I think it's very likely. The walkthroughs vaguely suggest an impending threat before they end. The already poorly constructed sentences become even more curt and ambiguous, as if written hastily with a sense of alarm. Actually, their dedication to updating the walkthrough under such circumstances is admirable. Wow! Fascinating! If the Meteor is a game construct, I think the only thing to do is to proceed, and to try to solve this dilemma on the game's terms. Try using the lathe. It says you can use the card on it, but it isn't more specific than that. Okay, I'll do that. Really, it is a labor to read this drivel. If I read any more, my brain will need to be spoon-fed from a jar, while it blows spit bubbles in a... what? High chair. While it blows spit bubbles in a high chair. I think I will write my own walkthrough. That is, after we make sure you don't die.
We got Turn Tech Godhead.
Yeah! My
I heard
guy!
You got the box. I hope you appreciate my heroic fatherly perseverance in getting it to you, in my rough and tumble, dirty, wife-beaterly sort of way. Also, I hope you appreciate how many no-talent douches had their mitts on that bunny before you. It's like a grubby Baton in some huge douchebag marathon. Hey, where are you?
Oh man, the bunny was awesome, but I don't have time to talk. I'm playing Spurb and it's kind of a nightmare. TT is breaking everything in my house.
Dude, I told you to steer clear of that game. And for that matter, you should probably wash your hands of flighty broads and their snarky horseshit altogether.
And now there's a meteor coming. And I'm not even joking about that. It's like a big asteroid or comet or something in the sky heading right for my house.
Oh man. How big is it?
I don't know. Big? I guess I gotta go. We'll talk later if I'm still alive and the Earth isn't blown up.
Like the side of Texas? Or just Rhode Island? They're always throwing around these geographical comparisons to give us a sense of scale, like it really means anything to us. but it's like, it doesn't matter. It's always just like, wow, that's pretty fucking big. Like, Mr. President, there's a meteor coming, sir. Oh yeah? How big is it? It's the size of Texas, sir. Oh shit. Or how big is it? It's the size of New York City, sir. Oh shit. Sir, I'm afraid the comet is the size of your mom's dick. Oh snap. Sir, are you familiar with Jupiter? You mean like the planet? Yeah. Well, it's pretty big, sir. That sounds pretty big. I have a question. Is it Jupiter? Yes, sir. Earth is literally under siege by planet fucking Jupiter. Oh shit. Anyway, later.
PG is a yapper.
He is such a yapper. I love him.
He's great.
Use pre-punch card on totem lathe. You slip the pre-punch card into a slot on the totem lathe. Above, the tool arm deploys a configuration of chisels. Now you just need something to lathe. Take Cruxite to totem lathe. Cursing your lack of foresight, you return to the balcony for the Cruxite dowel you left on the pedestal. You navigate the hallway leery of your dad, who is presently puzzling over the new fixture in his hallway. The perfect crime. You retrieved the Cruxite dowel. Dad just shrugs and heads back downstairs, presumably to do some more baking. No. If only he knew how hard at work if only he knew you were hard at work saving his ass. Use Cruxite dowel on totem lathe. You clamp the Cruxite in the lathe. Activate lathe. Meow. Chisel. The lathe carves one totem. You take the totem.
All right, I used the lathe to make this blue shapey thing. Now I guess I take it back to the alchemix mixer? The alchemixer again?
He's just wrong.
Hello?
Technical therapist is no longer connected. Connection lost.
No!
We're running out of time.
Our hero!
A young lady stands in her bedroom. Due to a violent storm, her house has just lost power, along with her wireless internet connection. This has severed her link to a popular video game she was playing with a young man at a critical moment. That young man is relying on this young lady to reestablish a connection somehow. This young lady named... It's on the tip of your tongue. What was the name of this young lady again? Enter name.
Zoolord Poop Smell.
No, that wasn't it. One more time. Rose Lalonde. Examine room.
Rose.
Your name is Rose. As was previously mentioned, you are without electricity, although your laptop computer still functions on battery power. You have a variety of interests. You have a passion for rather obscure literature. You enjoy creative writing and are somewhat secretive about it. You have a fondness for the bestially strange and fictitious, and sometimes dabble in psychoanalysis. You also like to knit, and your room is a bit of a mess. And on occasion, if just the right one strikes your fancy, you like to play video games with your friends. What will you do? Retrieve arms from the purple box.
Wait, what?
The purple package's contents are private. No one is allowed to look inside. Writhe like a flagellum and puke on your bed. Ah, what a terrible idea. The thought alone makes you sick to your stomach. Stroke writing journal and mutter, my precious. You would only resort to such an embarrassing activity while no one was watching. These journals are for your eyes only. Get violin. You capture-log the violin, storing it in the root card of your Sylladex. Play a haunting refrain on the violin. You waste approximately 40 seconds playing the violin while your friend is in peril. Nice time management skills there, sweetheart. I mean, she's pretty talented at it.
She's pretty good.
I think we get the gist. John, tell Liv Tyler you love her before impact. Since your good-for-nothing friend is obviously not going to bail you out in time, you issue words of parting fondness to dear sweet Liv. Oh, if only Affleck could have been the one to make the final sacrifice instead of her stubborn, blue-collar, salt-of-the-earth father. Then she would fall into your arms for consolation, and you would be the one to make the deceased Bruce Willis proud. Capsulog Rose, Capsulog knitting supply bag. You get the knitting bag. It occupies the left leaf card under the violin, per the tree modus's alphabetical sorting method. K less than V.
So it's alphabetical?
It's a tree. So it's alphabetically sorted, but only the like leaf cards are accessible. Effectively.
Weird. Okay.
You'll understand through context.
Got it.
Lookout window. Mm-hmm. Spooky. Your panoramic window offers a view of your yard below and the mausoleum housing your dead cat Jaspers, who died when you were young. Your mom had the structure erected with a spirit of scornful irony in response to your youthfully innocent request to hold a funeral for the animal. At least that is how you have come to interpret the gesture in retrospect. You can also make out a silhouette of a laboratory next door, a facility which likely broadcasts a strong wireless internet signal. You may be able to connect to the signal from a different part of the house, perhaps if you seek higher ground. Get laptop. You take the laptop and prepare to make the journey through the house. L is less than V, L is greater than K.
Right.
This causes the tree to be unbalanced, so your Sylladex auto-balances itself. Now the laptop occupies the root card, while the other two items comprise the leaves. K less than L, V greater than L. You can see it happen here. It's weird. Examine book on desk. This book is absolutely indispensable for enthusiasts of your ilk, of which there are very few. Grimoire for summoning the zoologically dubious. Take book.
Awesome.
You take the grimoire. G less than L, G less than K. Yep. Go explore the house. You leave your bedroom. Hanging just next to your door in the hallway is a painting of an exquisite wizard. Your mother collects these awful things ironically. She must know how much you detest them, and there is no doubt in your mind she stores these dreadful things in the house to bother you. Down the hall to the right is the way to the observatory. Perhaps you will be able to connect from up there? Your mother's room is also in that direction. You will have to watch your step. Tiptoe to observatory. You approach a juncture in the hallway. Beyond the juncture is the observatory.
Oh my god.
Sneak by. Good moves.
She's so
He's
fast.
gone also.
Whoa.
This door leads...
I adore the wizard pictures.
The wizards are awesome.
They're fucking awesome.
This door leads up to the observatory. You haven't ventured up there in quite some time. Go through door. What's that? The door opens to an exterior walkway, leading to the observatory entrance. You've seen less inclement weather before. Oh, the things you'll do to help out a friend. So, like, there's no railing.
Yeah, no, this is the worst house.
Terrible. Hurry up to that observatory. Try to connect. You first put your laptop down on the floor to get it situated, but removing it from the root card causes all the branches and leaves to be severed. Your items are dumped unceremoniously onto the floor.
It seems like every logging method sucks.
Yeah, at least, like, especially early, so much of early Homestuck is dicking around with Sylladex shenanigans.
Jesus.
I love it personally. There are a lot of people who hate this part of Homestuck.
I think it's kind of funny.
I think it's funny. See what you can observe. You're in a hurry, sure, but that doesn't mean you can't take a moment to peek through the huge telescope. You find a gap in the clouds. It seems a flurry of smaller meteoroids is striking steadily overhead. You're not sure what this means, but it is somewhat disconcerting. Stack laptop on Grimoire to maximize elevation. You'll need every advantage you can get. Access laboratory Wi-Fi network. There are several signals being broadcasted from the laboratory, each of relatively decent strength. One of them is mysteriously and quite conveniently unsecured, requiring no password. You select the signal and reconnect to the game with John. There he is. Yippee.
Yay!
40 seconds.
I'm back. Hurry up and open my door! Not that it even matters. I think I'm probably dead no matter what. Patience. You still haven't used the new totem. What? I believe it will create the item on the punch card. So what is it, like an apple or something? What good will that even do? We'll see. I found no evidence that anyone has successfully created the item, and the content of the card appears to be variable from session to session. In one instance, it was described as an eggy-looking thing. Do we have enough of these buildings?
Locking Thiggin?
Eggy-looking Thiggin.
Sick.
Do we have enough of these building jewels to make it? According to the Athenium, it is a free item. This speaks to its importance in my view. Now off you go.
Rose, remove door from hinges.
Of course.
There goes the rest of your build, Grist. Put bathtub back. You probably should have just done this in the first place. Take totem to alchemeter. Gotta get those stupid blocks out of the way first. The kernel sprite is getting awfully worked up about all this. Remove blocks. You store the perfectly generic objects in your Fernalia registry, potentially to be deployed at a later time. The tree.
Oh.
Take bite of apple.
Eat the damn apple, John!
Eat the apple! Bro! Crunch it.
Dude did not even eat the apple.
I think bro ate the apple. The meteor totally still hit, though.
God damn.
End of Act 1.
Whoa!
All right. That's pretty good. We're going to keep going a little bit because it's only been 36 minutes this episode.
Yeah.
So. Act 1 is the shortest act.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
We are not 1/7 of the way through Homestuck. There is no chance.
I was going to say, why haven't I read this sooner?
No. Years in the future, but not many. A wayward vagabond records a stuttering step in the sun-bleached dust.
Oh, this freaking guy.
I love the Wayward Vagabond.
Seems pretty cool.
Yeah, just give me one quick second. I have to manually do this because I am a fool. There we go. Act 2. All right, we should read this from... This is from Rose.
Good lord. Well, that's me.
That is you.
Alrighty. Caveats and condolences. I'd be inclined to dispense with the trite even under less pressing circumstances. Needless to say, I'll forego the inscrutable ASCII banner which typically heralds the striking freefall of these documents. I'll also resist the urge to brandish any copyright marks, or the particular neurosis that concerns itself with the theft of the utterly mundane. I'll allow other deranged prospectors to stake claims on these worthless plots as the woods burn around them. My introduction will be sparse. There will be no majestic prose blustering into the sails of a galleon as we embark on this voyage together, nor will there be any ham-fisted prose whipping its limbs under a bedsheet like a deranged ghost. For that matter, I won't set the stage or dim the lights. The mood, you will see, will be set soon enough. Since you are reading this, chances are you have installed this game on your computer already. If this is true, like many others, you have just participated in the bringing about of the end of the world. But don't beat yourself up about it. There was never anything you could have done to prevent it. The end is happening right now as I type and as you read. I've come to understand that we were always doomed through our collective ignorance, and now further doomed by those few who know and struggle to flee. If you're lucky, you'll be among the smaller subset of the latter who are successful. What I mean is, while that came, you installed just one more grinding slab of rock sealing our planet's crypt. it is also your only hope to live. I'm presently faced with the same conundrum as you, and though I speak with more experience, my own outcome is far from assured. I will play the game, as much of it as there is to play, and record my findings here. If you want to live, you will do as I construct. My condolences, TT.
All right. S page immediately. The fireplace. No.
Whoa. He's in the middle of freaking nowhere,
He's in the freaking shadow realm, dog.
Bro is in the void.
The kernel divides. The two halves go their separate ways, leaving behind the sprite portion.
Boy.
Yeah, you can be this. What is left of the sprite undergoes a mysterious transformation. For a moment, you thought you heard someone say boy, as if whispered in the periphery of your awareness. It was probably just your imagination, though.
You there, boy.
To walk around, use the mouse arrow keys or WASD keys. Click on various objects to open command menus. I'll try to get everything.
Oh. You there, boy.
What?
What's that?
It looks different now. After you bit that apple, your whole house seemed to be transported somewhere. Then the apple... Transported. Then the apple disappeared and the kernel sprite underwent a transformation. Aside from the change in appearance, the transformation doesn't seem to have any relevant ramifications.
Peek over the railing.
Getting close to the railing makes you a little nervous. It's a long way down.
This large platform. Good grief. What is it, boy?
The alchemitor created the apple, or the tree that sprouted it, rather, right on time to save you from destruction. You're not sure if you can say the same for your neighborhood, though. You wonder what happened to your dad.
Boy, open this door and walk through it. That man with the humorous spectacles. Admire him.
Oh, Michael Sarah, your warm smile is a shining beacon in these dark times.
Thank you, Michael Sarah. Boy, go in here. The bunny. Observe this box.
The bunny is not in the box! I said the bunny is not in the box! Why couldn't the bunny be in the box?
This door. Explain this.
Rose sure did a number on your house, but you guess she did manage to save your life. You guess.
Marvel at this adventure in outer space.
This movie is... Okay, this movie is really bad. Not even you can defend it. You've been meaning to take this poster down, actually.
Foes of the deceased?
Most people say the second one was not as great as the first, but you feel just the opposite. It was really cool and sort of gross how they hosed each other down with slime that made people angry. TG refers to the film as Nasty Manbro Bukkake Theater, whatever the hell that means.
Why this small Persian rug?
It's a towel, dumbass. It will probably come in handy for cleaning up this weird mess in your room. Not that it's a huge priority, though.
This funnyman text. You should ignore it.
Just looking at the cover cracks you up. What a great book. Harry Anderson is your hero, and Mike Cavanagh's glowing treatment of the man does him every bit of justice. You'll have to give this another read soon. Click on the... You can't click on the glass.
This huge sewing machine. Of what use is it?
The punch card seemed to contain the instructions for carving a totem of a different shape. You guess maybe other punch cards will produce different shapes? It bears further explanation.
Boy, look through this window.
At least your tire swing remains unmolested. A tree without a tire swing is like a house without a surrounding neighborhood, you guess. Mailbox. Okay, well, that's it, I guess. That's fine.
Boy, listen to me, boy.
His name is John, you nincompoop.
Boy who is John, do as I say.
What would you like boy who is John to do?
Obey my commands, John boy.
And those commands would be?
Investigate this device. John? Are you there?
Seems you're still connected to the internet. Rose is trying to get in touch with you. You will reply in a moment once you have fully assessed your situation.
I would like this boy to interact with his environment in a constructive manner.
Maybe you should be a little more specific?
Have the boy assess his current situation.
I'm afraid I can't have the boy do that. Tell him to do it yourself.
Very well.
Okay.
Forwards.
That instruction does not do anything at the moment.
Forwards.
Could you please turn the controls over to a more competent user? Increasingly sophomoric. Also, you spelled salad in there. Oh,
You there, boy!
I think this is looping. Yeah, that dialogue loops now.
Okay, cool.
The door, whatever.
I detest this! Disregard it!
The Harlequin painting? You have the sentiment in common with John, then, I suppose.
What is this down here? Proceed, boy. Go in there now. Your plumbing appears faulty.
Man, Rose did such a piss-poor job of fixing the bathroom. It would almost certainly be a mistake to try to use the toilet. I guess you could just go pee off the edge of the cliff. Oh, that's the same.
Your plumbing.
Your plumbing. Window.
Peer through that window. Oh no!
At least your backyard was salvaged too. Sort of.
The swing set.
No!
No, dude! Open this.
Your dad's room is still locked.
I am not fond of this smug fellow.
The man, the myth, the legend. What do you have up your sleeve there, Anderson? Look at that poker face. He's not telling a soul. No, that's wait, that's
no,
go back.
No, go back. No, keep moving.
Believe me, you have no intention of turning your head to observe this dreadful thing.
Why does this small man stand here?
This Harlequin is always ready to serve you with illumination, whether you're reading a book or just enjoying a nice pipe.
What is the meaning of this rubbish?
Okay, even you have to admit, this one's pretty funny.
Use this to reseal that opening there.
If only putting the lid back on the Cruxtruder would undo all it's done. Alas, Pandora's tube has been opened.
Move this absurd edifice and exit your house, boy.
This thing weighs a ton. You'd honestly be surprised if the game cursor could lift it, or at least not without a significant expensive grist. Of all the places for Rose to drop the infernal thing, more than ever you feel... What's the word you're looking for? Of course! House-trapped!
Oh! A small dessert tray? Useless.
In retrospect, it was pretty funny when your dad pied you like that. Gotcha again by the old man.
Topple this urn immediately!
That would be disrespectful to your Nana. You just won't do it, or not intentionally at least. You consider that it is fortunate she is no longer around to witness this sorrow. On the other hand, you would probably benefit from her elderly wisdom now.
Stow a lump of soot for future use, boy.
That stuff is really dirty, and you don't want it. Besides, you have it on good authority that a significant portion of it is comprised of asbestos. Yeah.
Wield these instruments of combat!
Any one of these things would make a fine weapon. If only your strife specialist wasn't already allocated. Oh well.
Destroy these diminutive soldiers of merriment.
It hardly seems worth it to go to the bother. You doubt you could get much for them at a garage sale, even. Maybe a grubby palm of pennies and a kick in the nuts for the whole lot of them. Yeah.
This way. Through the doors like you see in a cowboy saloon.
Okay.
Oh my god! Plunder this chest.
Would you like to play a game? Saw reference.
This book is too big for a young, stupid boy.
Colonel Sassacres is your favorite book. Almost as favorite as Wise Guy. They're both your favoriteest of all time. What else can we click? Yes.
Sample powdered uncooked dessert.
Back, ye miserable wench! Stay thy choking airborne particulates of temptation. The hatred of Betty Crocker.
Peek in the bowl of goo.
Wherever your dad went, he seems to have left in a hurry. For all his absurdities you have to put up with, you sure wish he were here right now. Can I click the fridge? Oh.
Examine this artwork.
Your dad was so proud when you drew this. He hung it up immediately and it's stayed there ever since. That was 1 week ago. Anything else worth investigating? Oh.
Sniff vegetable.
Doesn't smell like anything. Cake mix and...
Open this door now. Open these and rifle through them for goods.
You don't give a shit about what's in there. Probably nothing you'd be inclined to use now anyway.
This is no time for laundry.
You're right. Thank you for being sensible about it.
Exit, boy. Ponder lawn amusement.
Your childhood nemesis, the spring-mounted pogo ride, sadly was not swallowed by the void. It will have to wait another day for its comeuppance.
Boy, engage this mangled trapeze display.
Looks like your swing set is toast. You relive fond memories in a moment of sorrow. So sad. Oh, yeah. Whoa.
Claim the dangling tree bubble.
The trick handcuffs are still there. Thank God. And no, you are not about to try and claim them just now. I think there's like a little bit more out here, but probably not. Yes.
Admire this wall-mounted gadget.
Through some mysterious force, your house still seems to be powered even though the wires are severed. Quite bizarre.
Bizarre?
Bizarre? What? No!
No, what? No, dude!
Doesn't look like it. John, I wish you would run faster. Back into the house with you.
Low ass.
Teleport to the woods.
The woods will be his tomb.
I need you to read this one.
Return to the room with the dead hag's remains.
It's so wretched.
I don't know who's speaking, but I love this creature.
Yeah. Can't go outside. I think that's... Actually, wait, we never went on the balcony. Wait, no, we started on the balcony.
Yeah.
Okay, that's everything.
Boy, quit all this scurrying around.
For the last time, this boy's name is John.
Fine, John. Return to your quarters.
You go back up to your bedroom, tiptoeing around this weird petroleum-based sludge.
Now, John, respond to your friend Unit. John? Are you there? Hey, yeah, I'm here. And not dead, I think. I know. I've been watching you scramble through the house like a lunatic. You should have answered me sooner. Oh, man, sorry. I was looking around for my dad and I can't find him anywhere. Have you seen him? No. I'm sure he'll turn up. We have more important things to address right now. Yeah, like, where am I? I don't know that either, but I've determined your neighborhood was destroyed by the meteor. Wherever you were transported, it saved you from the impact. I've been reading reports in the news. Over the last few days, there have been many smaller meteor collisions with people's homes around the world. And they seem to be getting bigger. Yours was the biggest they've identified so far. Wow, okay. So then, I guess if this is all the game's doing, then the point is for us to save the world? Perhaps. Then we'd better get moving and figure this game out. Yes, but wait. We should retrieve your PDA. Yet again. It will help to keep tabs on each other while you investigate. I think I can get you closer to it if I can replenish our grist supply somewhat. There may be a way to recycle some that we already used. Okay. I'll meet you out on the balcony. Wait, Rose, one thing! What? You never even wished me a happy birthday! Hello? I was working on something to send you, but I was running late with it. I didn't want you to think I believed meager well wishes alone would suffice for the occasion. That said, happy birthday, John. Ah, geez, that is silly. Anyway, yeah, thanks. First, take the fabric item on the floor there.
I love the fact that they have that nice heartfelt moment and then immediately it's like, boy!
It's so sweet. Boy!
Anyway, I'll say the towel? Why? Oh well, you're the boss. You capture log the towel. What now?
Do as the purple text says. To the balcony.
John makes his way to the balcony per your awkwardly worded request.
Wait. Take that. The blue wobbly thing.
You whimsically decide to capture log the totem which was used to create the apple tree earlier.
John, recycle the grist as was dictated by your cohort.
John cannot do anything with the grist as of this moment. That is up to the Spurb player.
I see. Onward?
Yes, that will suffice. Rose deletes the perfectly generic objects. 6 units of build grist are restored to your grist cache.
Onward!
Rose expends the grist to drag a new plank from the balcony in the direction of the PDA.
John, run across precarious platform swiftly.
John isn't sure about that. It's a long way down.
Boy, I said make haste on the narrow catwalk.
John is very nervous about the idea, and the strident tone of your commands is starting to make him a little upset.
Fine. Proceed as your level of comfort dictates.
You cautiously walk within range of the PDA. Rose retrieves it.
Now take it.
You grab the PDA, launching one of the Harlequin figures into the night. You can kiss that one goodbye.
Good. Onwards, onwards!
Just one forward command will suffice, thanks. It looks like you're not the only one trying to locate your father after the disaster. Submitting inquiry of concern over cataclysmic event. Pipefan413, reply. At Pipefan413, status of health/wardrobe. Neighboring house struck. Fedora freak. Neighboring house struck by flaming projectile. In light of fire hazard, evacuating house of all expensive garments. Good luck, Fedora freak. Salvage as many hats as is practical. Fedora freak, you are in our thoughts, along with Pipefan413 and his enviable collection of pipes. TY all, report, most hats removed from danger. Ties next.
These boring men are uninteresting. Are you okay? You seem a bit tentative. I'm fine, I guess. Since I got here, I feel compelled to do these weird things I don't really want to do. by some kind of voice that I can't really even hear. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Perhaps the early symptoms of an anxiety disorder, like post-traumatic stress. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Well, if you can pull yourself together, there are a few more things we should try. Like prototyping the kernel sprite again, if possible. We should hurry. My laptop battery won't last forever. Okay, I will go back inside. No, don't do that! Hop off this ledge onto that car!
What? No, that sounds incredibly dangerous.
Forwards, 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 forwards!
Now you're just being a pest. Which turnip truck did you just tumble out of anyway? Who are you? Years in the future, but not many. An unsealed tunnel welcomes hot desert air into its stagnant depths.
Whoa.
It's him.
Oh!
It's the Wayward Vagabond.
It's the Wayward Vagabond! You there, boy!
Anyway, get ready to monologue again.
I need to breathe for a second. The Kratos voice is not doing me well.
Yeah. Depends on the weapon and the
man. Just can we put that clip on the screen?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Can I have please Kratos? I want Kratos. Kratos. Depends on the weapon and the man.
Alright, fuck.
Alright, go ahead, good luck.
An examination of the basics. Upon connecting with the client user, you, the server user, will be met with a control panel, allowing you to manipulate your co-player's environment. You'll find that you are allowed to deploy 4 items at no expense. 3 of these are rather large machines, and 1 is a punch card. It is quite possible that you have already deployed some of these items before reading this. If this is the case, and you have activated the machine called the Cruxtruder, such that it displays a countdown, you must proceed to section... Is that A100?
A100.
Sorry, the text is kind of...
It's fair, because this is like an image.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really
get
bit crushed. It's hard to... Yeah. Whereas the text scales, the images do not very well.
Of course. You must proceed to section A100 of this walkthrough immediately. The life of the client user depends on it, and if your co-player has activated this device in your environment too, then yours does as well. But if not, please refrain from doing anything with the Cruxtruder, aside from merely deploying it. This will buy us some time to think things through properly, and to go over the basics of the game before you find your soft, easily punctured head in the jaws of the lion. As mentioned, there are 4 items to consider, each playing a role in the process, which appears to have a singular purpose, to manufacture objects out of thin air. The designers of the game, judging by the language used, regard this process as a sort of alchemy. This may allude to complexities in the production process yet to present themselves, but for now, the variety of objects you are able to create remains quite limited. The items in question are the Cruxtruder, again, tread lightly with this one, the totem lathe, the alchemeter, and the pre-punched card. I will describe how these devices work in conjunction with each other, and I will use the analogy of having a key made at a hardware store to help you understand. First, deploy all these objects in convenient proximity to each other. Be sure not to block doors or pathways with them. You can always
Revise.
You can always revise the dimensions for rooms to make space for them. But I'd advise against this, or even experimenting with the function. Doing so comes at the expense of build grist, a commodity which appears to be at a premium in the onset, and one you'd be best advised to save for later. The Cruxtruder! Removing the lid signals the moment your life will become a great whirling batshit pandemonium, somewhat resembling the chaos of an especially ethnic wedding. Whoa.
That one doesn't get filtered out. Whoops.
Somewhere, a soused uncle deliberately shatters china on the floor. Muddy livestock is decorated, and then lost track of. The question, whose mule is this, at times can be heard over the din. This is now your reality. But aside from that, being racist, it marks the beginning of the
casual
process.
racism. Yeah. Whoops.
Apart from the casual racism, I imagine it's hard to undo this if it's an image.
It's been so yeah. Well, there have been things in images that I've already noticed have been fixed.
Really?
Have been better. Yeah. But I guess this one is pretty difficult to like get the vibe
There's
of
a lot
it.
of fucking text on this image.
Yeah, that's fair.
But aside from that, it marks the beginning of the process I'm about to describe. The countdown begins, yes. Also, an entity called the Kernel Sprite is released, but neither of these things are all that relevant to this process, to my knowledge. More on these things later. What is relevant is the unlidded Cruxtruder's ability to dispense Cruxite dowels. It will dispense at least one, though I suspect it is capable of producing more, given parameters I'm not yet familiar with. In my key-making analogy, these dowels represent the uncarved pieces of metal, which the hardware store employee retrieves from a drawer or a rack, and sets about carving into a key. The two following items are needed to do this carving. The pre-punched card. It is a simple Sylladex card containing an item. There is evidence to suggest that the specific item it contains is variable from session to session. The card I deployed contained a blue apple. Yours may be different. It shouldn't matter. Hopefully. Additionally, the card, as you may guess, is punched, like one used with antique computing systems. The pattern of holes comprises data, which I believe corresponds to the instructions for creating the item the card contains. That it is pre-punched suggests there is a way to punch an unpunched card, possibly imprinting it with this data for the item it contains, though no mechanism for this has presented itself yet. But the data on the card cannot be used to create the item directly. There is a middleman. That middleman is the totem lathe. The totem lathe! This is essentially the key carving machine. Jesus Christ, how much longer is this?
It's pretty sure this section at the bottom isn't really a thing. Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool.
You're almost through it.
This is a marathon. All right.
Yeah.
This is essentially the key carving machine. It will carve into your Cruxite dowel a pattern of grooves and contours, the sort that makes a key unique. The instructions, or I flubbed that. The destructions.
Oh.
The instructions for this pattern are supplied by the punch card, which is inserted into the lathe pre-activation to configure its chisel. Once the dowel is carved, you have a totem serving as your key, which can then be used to unlock the card item through the alchemeter. But at this point, I will diverge from my key-making analogy and switch to a barcode analogy, which is not a terribly strenuous leap, since the concept of a key and a barcode are essentially the same, one being a unique pattern of grooves, the other of varying black lines. The alchemeter. If you place a Cruxite dowel, carved or uncarved, on the alchemeter's small pedestal, its robotic arm will scan the contours with a laser, hence the barcode analogy. This is the machine's way of reading the data originally imprinted from the card, and transforming that data into a physical object. Though typically this is not done without expense, I believe. An uncarved dowel results in the creation of a perfectly generic object, which is a seemingly useless green cube. It costs 2 units of build grist to make, and I do not advise you to waste resources on it. There appears to be many other varieties of grist, ostensibly used in combinations to create different sorts of items, which possibly offers some insight into the game's use of the term alchemy. But, quite conveniently, there is an exception to this. Creating the items on the pre-punched cards costs nothing. This is good because creating this item turns out to be essential. Now that you know this, you can in your own time begin the process. Once you initiate it, naturally there is no going back. So best to be prepared. But you probably shouldn't drag your feet around too long. As I mentioned earlier, this is your only means of escape. When you're ready, be prepared to follow the steps in the next section swiftly. So your Cruxtruder is ticking. Do this to live.
All right. And you know what? Let's call this one there. Let's call it.
That seems like a good
there.
idea.
That feels like a good stopping point.
That feels like a
It's
good idea.
Just over an hour.
Yeah. Wow.
We're freaking balling at this point.
Beauty.
We're
yeah.
going.
We're going at it. How many pages are there in this series?
In all of Homestuck?
Yeah.
Do you want to know?
No.
Okay. I can tell you, but I don't want to dishearten you. We're on page 272. I'll tell you that.
Yay!
We are on...
No, I can see the page.
Oh, you can say. Oh, yeah, right. It's not on the recording, but it is on the screen share that I'm sharing with you.
That's see.
Right. I forgot. Yeah, we will pick up next time with the next page, I guess. I forget what comes after this a little bit there. It's all a bit of a blur because I was a little while ago that I actually read this. It was a good amount of time ago. But yeah, no, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you again next time for more Homestuck.
Thank you. Bye.